everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rabia and welcome to a brand new video in a brand new year. Happy New Year, you guys. Welcome to 2020. I hope that you guys all had an amazing 2019, amazing New Year's Eve, and I hope that this new year brings you so much success and happiness. I'm actually really excited for this year because I'm actually hitting a lot of milestones in my personal life, and I'm excited to celebrate them, like put grounds for brand new successes in my life. Just see the amount of growth that happens this year and also in this decade. It's so crazy. We're in a brand new decade too. But yeah, it's a lot of potential for opportunities and all of that. So I'm really excited to be starting that. If you are brand new to my channel, my voice does not usually sound like this. I am a little under the weather, but I really wanted to get this video out the first week of January. And if you're new, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video if you do, and sharing with a friend. And if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me in a brand new year and decade. And you guys, so today I'm going to be going over my 2019 must-have favorite products. So 2019 was a great year for me for makeup. I did decide to invest a lot in makeup, so I got to try a lot of different products. And the products I'm mentioning today are just like my favorite products that I used throughout the year. So there were a lot of amazing products, but these are just like something that I feel like I need to go into 2020 with. And if there was anything that I feel like you should have purchased in this year, these are the products. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. I'm also going to be kind of demoing all the products on myself, so you'll also see how to create this makeup look. And with that, you guys, let's just get into the video. So the first product I want to talk about is primer. I think it is something that I mentioned in my last year favorites, but it is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water Set and Refresh Spray. This is such an easy product to use, and it leaves such a beautiful finish on your skin just to like prep it for makeup. Some days when I'm not even wearing makeup, I just like to hit this on my skin. It makes my skin just look really hydrated. Foundations is something I really invested a lot in this year. Like I tried the Anastasia one, the Dose of Colors one, the Pat McGrath one, and like a lot of amazing products, and a lot of companies released foundations this year too. But the craziest part is, even in all of these high-end foundations, my favorite foundation of the year was the Makeup Revolution London Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. This is such an easy product to use. This was my everyday, like going to work, like if I had to get ready really quick. Like this was the foundation I would reach for. Because of the Dove applicator, it's so easy to apply. And once you blend it out, your skin is like a beautiful matte. Like it's like skin-like, but on the more matte side because I am a little bit more oily. So I do need something that controls those oils and kind of gives my skin that soft, focused look. And this foundation does it. Best part is it's only $12 and it's available at Ulta and it wears beautifully all day. Again, this is a foundation I use almost every day for work, and it just performs beautifully, looks great, and it is so affordable that I just could not imagine not having this in my collection. When I ran out of it, immediately I went to go buy it again because it's just something I just cannot not have in my collection. So I did want to give an honorable mention to my second favorite foundation of the year, which was the L'Oreal Paris Infallible up to 24-hour Freshwear foundation with sunscreen broad spectrum SPF 25. Well, that was a mouthful. But this is a great foundation for when you're trying to look a little bit more natural, a little less like makeup-y. This also looks great if you don't set it, just because, again, it's meant to look like skin. So you want to just pat this onto your skin and then kind of set only your under eyes and not so much your skin. This foundation looks beautiful with that. And I don't know if it wears up to 12 hours. I don't even suggest testing that. But it wears beautifully throughout the day. And again, it's a drugstore foundation, so it's really affordable. So it does also include a pump. Mine is disgusting, but it is a lot easier to use. And the shade match is great. I'm so glad that the drugstore is doing a lot more like shades, tones, and undertones in their range, because it's great to be able to find something affordable and still match you, because I feel like before it wasn't like that. That is something that this decade I feel like we saw a lot of growth in, was shades, like understanding that there's more than 1 to 2 tones in a person. Next, for bronzing, I don't really have like a brand new bronzer that I would say I loved, but I enjoyed cream bronzing, cream contouring. And my favorite product for that was the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD Concealer. And I use this in the shade Beautifully Bronze. It is such a nice way to apply it because of the bristles that come on the actual product. And it's a beautiful color, easy to blend, gives your face structure, blends out pretty quickly, and it lasts beautifully throughout the day. I feel like this is one of my cream contour bronzer products that even if I don't set over it, you'll see it through all of the powders, any foundation and all of that. It does a really good job of making your face look really structured. For concealer, I've been loving the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I used it in the shade Natural Beige. I know that it looks a little bit light upon application, but once I blend it in, it does a beautiful job of highlighting my skin, bringing the center of my face forward, and it just sets really nicely. It blends beautifully. I feel like it does a pretty good job of also covering up my dark circles. Some of my concealers, they look great, but they don't cover up my dark circles as much as I'd like. And it lasts a pretty long time on the skin too. I love the doe foot applicator because it makes it a lot easier. It covers so much space, and it's like 1 to 3 sweeps. And yeah, I love this product. This was honestly such a surprise when I first got it. I was like, I don't know how I feel about it. But again, this is something I carry around in my everyday makeup bag. It's easy for me to apply, easy for me to blend, and it sets and sits all day. So I'm kind of embarrassed to show you guys my next product because I've used the crap out of it because I just love it so much. I did break the bronzer side of it, but I mainly like it for the yellow powder in it. And to set my under eyes, my favorite powder is a Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. I love this yellow powder. I mean, I feel like you can tell because of I'm hitting pan. I went through 2 of these this year, just a yellow powder. The bronzer is great in the palette as well, but I really love the yellow powder. I wish Wet n Wild would just create like a pan with just that yellow powder that's in this. It's beautiful on my skin tone. I feel like I have a really hard time on my skin finding a good yellow powder. It sets my face beautifully and locks it, makes my under eyes look really soft, and then also brightens it really, really, really well. This is another product that if I ever run out, I will run to the store and grab it. And I think this palette was only like $4.99, and it's a great, great, great powder. I feel like, again, I opt for this more than any of my high-end banana powder. To set my bronzer, I think I also mentioned this last year. This has been just a favorite ever since I bought it. And it is the Sephora Micro Smooth Baked Face Compact in the shade Deep. This is, again, a foundation powder, and I think that's why it looks so beautiful on the skin and so natural-ish on the skin because it is meant to mimic a skin tone. So I've loved this powder ever since I bought it. I use it almost every day, and I still haven't hit pan on it, which is great. And Sephora collection products are actually a little bit cheaper than most products inside of Sephora. And it just works beautifully. It sits beautifully on the skin, lasts all day because I think it's a foundation powder, I think that's why the lasting power is a little bit better than my actual bronzers. And I just feel like it brings such great warmth and structure at the same time. So to set my entire face and also help me blend out any harsh lines that I might have created with my bronzer, highlight, blush, or any of that, my favorite product has been the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder in the shade 310 Sun Beige. Again, another drugstore gem. I feel like I've used a lot of higher end powders, loose powders, translucent powders, all of that. And this is one powder that I just feel like, again, if I run out of it, I will go to the store and buy it. I did run out of it for a while and I was using other products and I missed it because it is a colored powder. So I feel like it does a great job of just smoothing out my skin. And also if I sometimes I over bronze and over contour, which you might have seen in some of my videos, and I like just taking it on a pretty big brush, swirling it in there lightly and just lightly tapping it around, and it helps kind of blend out any harshness that I might have created. It kind of corrects my mistakes and just gives my skin a really smooth finish, which I really appreciate. My favorite cheek product has actually been a whole blush palette, and this is the Sigma Blush Cheek Palette. It comes with 6 beautiful shades in here. I did apply the shade Mod Mauve and Spiced today. The thing I like the most about this product is because you get so many variations of tones in here. it's easy for you to mix and match tones, like whether you want to use one blush or multiple blushes to kind of create the perfect look for you. It also kind of gives you options between matte, so these two shades in the middle are matte, whereas the rest have kind of a shimmer glimmer effect to it. So it also helps you decide, like, work with what texture you want to use. And I really like that. And I feel like the tones are beautiful. They're super pigmented powders, which is a great thing, as well as you might want to just be a little careful when you're dipping it and put it on your cheeks, because you might end up with a little bit more. But always with blush, you always want to over apply a little bit when you're initially applying it, because blush is the first thing to go. But this is beautiful, like the pigmentation, the butteriness of it, and everything. So yeah, my favorite has been a blush palette, which I honestly think whether you get this palette or any palette, a blush palette is always the way to go as compared to just one blush, unless it's Max Gingerly. That is one that everyone should have. So this next one, I remember kind of getting into it in 2018, but in 2019 I fell in love with it, and I didn't think I would ever replace my Urban Decay like all-nighter setting spray, which is still my favorite for like when I'm going out and I know that I need my makeup to like last. But if I want my makeup to have like a really smooth finish, just look good, all of the powders to set into my face, my favorite product has been the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is such a great product, again, to melt in your products to your skin, to make your makeup just look a little bit more worn in, so that you're not just looking like, I don't know, like super powdery, super like unnatural. It kind of just helps everything melt into your skin. And the best part about it is how thin the mist is. It's so thin, and it doesn't, the good thing is also it doesn't have like too harsh of a fragrance, and it's continuous, so you can keep spraying and it won't run out. Also, $12, so it's way, I feel like it's even a little bit more than half off the Urban Decay one. I think the Urban Decay one's $26, $12. Amazing, gets the job done, makes your makeup look bomb. Next, for highlight, this was a little bit of a tricky one because I honestly have been really going for, again, that soft matte look most of 2019. Highlight was not something I was really dabbling much in. And when I looked at kind of like my highlight collection, the one that popped out the most to me is the Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion Highlighter. And this is in the shade 2. I do think I mentioned this last year as well. It's just a really beautiful highlight. It kind of just makes your skin look like it's glistening. It's not super chunky, not super glittery. It's just beautiful on the skin. And the tone of it works really well on my skin tone. Like with some highlights, I feel like they're too gold or too bronze or too light or too pearly. This just looks honestly like your skin's hydrated and healthy and beautiful. For brows, again, I think I've mentioned this quite a bit, but they are just the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 4.5 and the Gimme Brow in the shade 4.5. It's just, these are just products that are like ride and die for me. They work great. They don't even make me want to try anything different because they just work so nice. I like how the pencil is super, it's not super emollient or super dry. I feel like it's great at like giving my eyebrows some shape, and while still keeping it natural. And then the Gimme Brow is great to kind of fluff them up, because I don't like a super structured brow. I like a little bit more feathery of a brow. So I like that I can create that with these two products. They work beautifully. I think I use them in almost all of my videos. Unless I'm going for a super defined brow, then I'll use something different. But yeah, these are just great staples. Need them in my collection at all times. Next, for an eyeshadow palette, I don't even know if I've used this on my channel, but this is something that I just always have on my vanity because I feel like it's always like usable, it's easy, the colors are super everyday wearable, and you can either create a super natural look with it or a super glam look with it, and it is the Shayla X Colourpop Proceed with Caution palette. So this is the collection she came out with this year with them. It has a beautiful mirror in here. The tones in here are beautiful. I feel like these are just great tones every day for all seasons. I know it kind of pulls a little bit more fall, autumn, but honestly, like these shades in here are so beautiful. It is what I created the majority of my eye look with, and yeah, I just love it. Honestly, and I think this was like a $12 palette. Colourpop's always having sales on their website. It's beautiful. They perform like high-end eyeshadow palettes. Like, I'm not even just saying that. Like, they really, really do. It's just great, and it's great to like support something that is local. Colourpop is made in California, so yeah, this is a great palette. Of course, I don't expect anything less from Makeup by Shayla. She's always slaying it. So This was a great palette. Out of all the palettes I used this year, this was just my go-to palette. I knew I could always create a look with it. Honestly, I bought it initially for this yellow shade, and I mean, Makeup by Sheila is somewhat of a deeper skin tone, so I don't know why I was so surprised, but this shows up so nice, like just with like concealer on my eyelids. Like I don't even need a white base. It shows up so beautifully. Really quickly wanted to touch on some individual shadows. Really quickly, this was a product I was obsessed with this year. It is the Marc Jacobs Sequinized Eyeshadows in the shade Topaz Flash. Beautiful shade, beautiful formula, gives your eyes such a beautiful glimmer, and it's so easy. Just tap your finger in there, tap it onto your eyelids, gives it like such a like honestly like a runway look. Like it looks like you tried a lot more than the amount of effort you put in. It is again a little bit on the pricier side, but I use this quite often. Like when I for work when I'm trying to like dress up my eye look, I just throw some bronzer in my crease and throw this onto my eyelids. It really looks like I tried really, really hard, which I appreciate. But it was like such minimal effort, and I use it again almost every day, and I barely made a dent in it. Like barely, barely, barely. So if you buy it, like it will last you a pretty long time. And yeah, it's really gorgeous by Marc Jacobs. Pretty packaging, love it all the way through. And also to the Stila liquid eyeshadow in the shade Bronze Belle. Another beautiful eyeshadow product. It's a little bit lighter than the Marc Jacobs and a little bit warmer. And the iridescents in here are a little bit more silver and pink, but it looks beautiful on the eyes. This is even easier to use than the Marc Jacobs one because it comes with the doe foot applicator. So you kind of just like swipe it onto your eye, tap it in with your finger, and you're done, out the door. Great product again for if you're an everyday glam person, like if you're always like trying to do something cute for work, just to pop this on like and run out the door. It's a great everyday consumer product. I also wanted to give a honorable mention to the Tati Beauty Volume 1 Textured Neutrals palette. The only reason I didn't put this as like my number one product of the year is because I got it pretty late in the year. But honestly, like I know I'm gonna love this for 2020. You have everything you need in here, all of your basic neutrals, and I like that there's like pops of color, like this purple row and this orange row. Although they are like again the cooler tones and like a really warm tone, it's like for me it's a pretty good pop. And then I just love the concept that she had with this, with the mattes, the metallics, the sequins, and the glitters. Like you have everything you need in one palette. Everything performs beautifully. And yeah, you also get a really big mirror. And I love the concept of this. Like I feel like out of a lot of like influencers started makeup companies, Tati Beauty came out a little bit later, but she came out with a bang. And I'm so excited to see what she does in 2020. And yeah, this is one of my favorite palettes. I do really think you should invest in this if you have not done so already. And yeah, I love this palette. For mascara and eyeliner, I don't really have any favorites. I did pop on some of like a Tarte mascara today, but I wasn't really committed to anything this year. And so I'm just gonna wrap up this video with my go-to lip combo of the year, which was the KK Beauty Nude 2 Lip Liner. Such a beautiful lip liner to outline your lips, give your lips a bit of a contour. Great with almost any color, like you could wear this under a red or a berry just to kind of outline your lips, make sure you don't go outside of that line. And yeah, it's really creamy, really emollient, and I don't know how to explain it with a lip liner, but like I use this quite religiously and I still haven't really made much of a dent in it. And so I feel like it works pretty well, like the longevity of the product. And so my favorite lipstick of the year is actually quite surprising to me because I bought it kind of just to see what the formula was like. I was like, oh, Velvet Blur, that sounds interesting. And this has been my everyday makeup like lipstick. Like I wanted to buy backups of this even though like I'm barely denting it. And that's when I realized like I really love this, and it's always in my bag, like always in my makeup bag. I always need to have it because sometimes even I use it to mix and stuff. But it is the ColourPop Velvet Blur lipstick in the shade California Love. It's such a beautiful shade and it's so comfortable on the lips. Like it's a matte formula but with still making your lips look healthy. I feel like it's great if you have really wrinkly lips like me, and it kind of makes them look a lot smoother and plumper. And also it's just comfortable on the lips. Like you don't feel dry, you don't feel like you're dehydrated. Like your lips have really good movement, and yeah, I honestly, and I love this tone. Like it is the perfect like nude everyday wearable. I feel like it transitions really well throughout the seasons. But if this wouldn't be like your cup of tea, like I really suggest checking out the Velvet Blur lipsticks on ColourPop again. They're always having a sale. They have afterpay. Like just try them out. They are so affordable, and their products just are amazing. Like whether or not I would pay like more for this lipstick, but they just sell it at such a great price point. And with that, you guys, that completes all of my 2019 beauty favorites. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I got this look. Let me know what some of your favorite products of 2019 were, or if you are planning to pick up any of these products. And yeah, thank you guys so much for continuing to be on this journey with me. I really hope that I'm able to grow my YouTube family in 2020. If not, I'm just glad for any of you that do watch my videos, and for the support. I really appreciate every single person that watches the videos either here or on Instagram, gives me like any kind of support. Like all the encouragement means so much to me. And again, I really hope that you guys have a great year as well, a great decade. I hope you guys all the success and all the prosperity. And oh yeah, really quick, if you would like to follow me on Instagram, it is at Rabs Beauty. I am committed to making a lot more video content on my Instagram as well as my YouTube, so please follow me for that journey and leave me any comments for any videos you guys would like to see. And with that, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!